Hey everyone, if you haven't heard the good news, Wyze just introduced a new product, Wyze Cam Pan. When you open the box, you'll find a Wyze Cam Pan. You'll find a quick start guide. And then in this little box, you've got your power cable and your power adapter. It's important to note that the power adapter for Wyze Cam Pan is not the same as the one for Wyze Cam. The Wyze Cam adapter won't provide enough power for Wyze Cam Pan to function properly. All right, so we have the Wyze Cam Pan out. Let's go ahead and unwrap this. Make sure you remove the plastic from the front of the Wyze Cam Pan. And then we're gonna plug it in. So right when you plug it in, there's an indicator light on the front of the Wyze Cam Pan that's a solid yellow light. The camera will start spinning a little bit. As soon as that yellow light starts blinking, you are ready for setup. Open up the Wyze app, press the plus sign in the middle of the screen, and then select Wyze Cam Pan. Clear off some of these kind of instructions that it gives to you. And then at the bottom of Wyze Cam Pan, you're going to push a button that's right here.
Ready to connect.
Once it says ready to connect, go back to your app and push the button that says I heard ready to connect. Now you enter the network information for your 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. Make sure it's a 2.4 gigahertz network, not a 5 gigahertz network. And make sure you enter your password correctly. And once you have that, hit next. And then it'll generate this QR code. To scan the QR code, you're going to take your Wyze Cam Pan and hold it about 5 inches away from the QR code, and it should scan right away.
QR code scanned. Please wait.
If it doesn't scan right away, you can try to adjust the distance slightly and hold it in place for a few seconds while the Wyze Cam Pan focuses on the QR code. You can also try adjusting the screen slightly. Sometimes the lighting in the room, if there's LED lights especially, it can block out that QR code. So try to adjust the distance and turn the QR code a little bit, and it should scan fairly quickly. One more thing with the Wyze Cam Pan, if it's still not scanning, sometimes the lens of the Wyze Cam Pan is pointed upwards, and so just make sure that lens is pointed straight ahead and so that it can look right at the QR code and scan it. Once your Wyze Cam Pan scans the QR code, hit this button. Wyze Cam Pan will spend a few seconds connecting to the network and then finish up the setup process by having you name your camera. After you've named your camera, hit start, and you should see a still frame of the camera in your devices tab. So just tap that picture and your live stream will load. So now we've jumped into our live stream. Most of the features that Wyze Cam Pan has are the same as the original Wyze Cam, but there are a few cool new features that I want to show you. Obviously the biggest difference is that this camera can pan and tilt. You can get 360 degrees of horizontal room coverage and 93 degrees vertically. And that pretty much covers the whole room except directly above and below the camera. You pan and tilt using the directional pad in the app. If your Wyze Cam Pan is either turning too fast or too slow, you can go into the advanced settings section of camera settings and adjust the motor controls. By default, the rotation speed is set to 5, but you can speed it up to 9 or go all the way down to 1. So if I go all the way up to 9, now this thing just starts cruising. Underneath the rotate speed, you'll see pan scan settings. Basically, Wyze Cam Pan can automatically scan your whole room and monitor what's going on in the room when you're not there. With pan scan enabled, your Wyze Cam Pan will move to a waypoint, stay there for 10 seconds, and then move on to the next waypoint. And by default, these waypoints are set 90 degrees apart for full coverage of the room. But you can set up your own custom waypoints by hitting Set Your Own Waypoints. So to set these waypoints, just rotate the Wyze Cam Pan to your first position and hit Set. And then push the plus sign of this next little thumbnail, and then you're going to move it to your second position and hit Set again. Move to a third position and hit Set, and then you can do up to 4 positions. So you can hit a 4th position and hit Set again. And then hit Save. Now to actually enable pan scan, go back to your live stream, and on the right side there's more options. Just toggle on pan scan. And there you go, Wyze Cam Pan is automatically scanning the room and monitoring it for us. So the last major update is motion tracking. Motion tracking does about what you would expect. It tracks any motion that enters the view of the Wyze Cam Pan. So something that would normally move out of frame for a Wyze Cam, Wyze Cam Pan can track it and follow it around the room. So to turn on motion tracking, hit More Options, and then hit Motion Tracking. And now anything that moves in front of this Wyze Cam will follow it. The really cool thing is when you use pan scan and motion tracking together at the same time. So Wyze Cam Pan will look around the room, and if it sees anything moving, it follows the motion until the motion is gone, and then continues scanning the room along its waypoints. So those are the major upgrades of Wyze Cam Pan. A couple of other little upgrades that you get is 2 extra night vision LEDs for a total of 6 IR LEDs, so your night vision looks even better with this camera. Wyze Cam Pan has a slightly wider field of view, and it also has a better audio speaker, which improves two-way audio. So the last little feature has to do with mounting. If you look on the bottom of your Wyze Cam Pan, you'll see a 1/4-inch diameter mount down here, so you can put it on a standard tripod if you want to take it out somewhere to create a time lapse or something like that. And that's it for Wyze Cam Pan. We worked super hard on this product. We hope you love it and you get the most out of it. If you have any questions, please email support@wyzecam.com and we'll help you out.